Hello and welcome to a SmurDP video. I've got to start this video by saying a massive thank you to Jason Rook. I really hope, Jason, I pronounced your name correctly, because Jason, just before Christmas, did this great giveaway, which is this figure, and it was White Battalion on one of the Power Ranger Lightning Collection pages, and I'm sorry because I can't remember which one, which is very rude of me. And it was back at Christmas, so finding those posts is going to be very difficult. Now, it gives me great pleasure because I never thought in a million years I was going to actually ever get this figure. And bear in mind, I've got all the other Mighty Morphin Power Rangers releases reviewed, other than Armored Red and I think Putty Patroller, which I don't think I just couldn't get excited about for some reason. So I thought I was never going to do this. Completely missed the word go after the San Diego Comic-Con. And yeah, I didn't think I was ever going to get this. So this is the PX Previews Exclusives, limited to 500, Green Power Ranger, Matt Cook, and it's the Chaos Energy version. So I think I need a UV light to show off the shiny stripes, which I've borrowed my colleague's, Jenny's at work. I've borrowed her nail one, so it's either going to work, or by the time I get to that, I've brought something proper decent. So anyway, quickly looking at the boxing, I was pretty happy. I didn't get a choice in what figure that I wanted, and I was really hoping it was this one, because this was the one that I really wanted. And then on the back, the beautiful art as always. And then just on the side, and then up there you got a threezero logo going on. I mean, this does have a little bit of damage to it, which is a shame, but you know, I can't complain. The fact that I have this figure for free. You have beautiful artwork from that variant comic that was released at San Diego Comic-Con, and inside there is Matt Cook's Green Ranger. So let's get him out of the packaging. So Matt Cook, I almost felt disappointed by the end, because Go Power Rangers, he had a real presence, and then he dropped off for a long period of time. But he knew the Power Rangers secret, so when he was revealed as the Green Ranger, I don't think I was really surprised. However, I felt in the end they underutilizes the direction of perhaps the original intent for that character. I mean, I always wanted him to end up being a supervillain, and he didn't really end up being a supervillain. He just sort of ended up being on the sidelines by the end of it. I think he did go sort of evil-ish, and he had to face the same struggles as perhaps Tommy, but yeah, it just ended up being a hot mess in terms of delivery towards the end. So, and I don't want to blame the writer, but I don't think the writer understood what the intent for this character was, because there was so much more that could have been done. So, firstly, you get this, which tells you what every hand does in there. Also, the UV reaction areas, which I will show off later on. So let's have a closer look at this figure. I'm just going to take my camera off the stand because it's not reaching the heights that perhaps I need it to. So, firstly, that's all falling off. That's always a good start. And I'm making a right mess over there. Talk about distractions. Hey, he has this beautiful head sculpt. Very well done. And I think there could be some, I don't know whether there's some copyright issues, because I think there was, this was originally created, this costume, by Battle in the Sun, when they were working with Jason David Frank. And I think that was originally the intent. So I love the fact that he's got like little silvers there. So pretty much all the same thing, except it's a bit more extended in terms of the imposing pieces, and the shield comes out more like a real sort of Stegosaurus shield. I could just be talking crap rather than it just sort of mellowing down, etc. But the usual stuff is there as well. The middle triangle is certainly there. Now, in terms of the UV pieces, you can see all along the sides of the legs. And I can't remember. I think that's pretty much it. It's probably more the body. And on the back as well, you got the nice UV pieces going on there. Nice, beautiful bands. I love the fact that these are still solid. I'm not going to enjoy messing around with the hands. I'd never enjoy the hands piece of these reviews. And then obviously we've got the Morpher in there, which looks absolutely gorgeous. And the Dragon Dagger. And I'm so glad, because they could have taken the easy option with the Dragon Dagger, but they haven't. They've delivered Matt Cook's actual Dragon Dagger, which is great. And then I'm going to carefully, so the belt sort of doesn't come all the way around, which I find kind of interesting. And then you've got these beautiful, beautiful boots once again. Nice pieces. In fact, they look like one solid piece. It's almost as if they've gone away from, because I'm sure you could take off the original boots. So we'll look at that when I put it back on, and we have a look at articulation. threezero there, and then all the gump that you don't need to know about. And then obviously, like I said, you've got this beautiful holster for the Dragon Dagger, which I will bring out in a minute. Okay, I just took out the Dragon Dagger, mainly, or the Chaos Dagger, because the end is sharp. So when you are putting that in the holster, please be very, very careful. I had experience with the Saba quite a couple of years ago when I went to put that in the holster, and I nipped a bit off the fabric here. So do be very careful if you have this figure. So head very nicely goes all the way around, nice and easy. Lift up and down. I think if you're careful, you probably could get the shield off. I wouldn't recommend it. Once again, this is going to be even more expensive than perhaps normal releases, so you got to be extra careful. And I always say be careful with any movements on here as well. You got to swivel there. You can see, you just got to be careful, because that fabric, if you are not careful, will just go. Nice little movement on the wrist. Hands seem to swirl around. Once again, very important, be careful with those hands. They are delicate as hell. And don't get me wrong, I only broke one once, and that was when they changed. They added a screw in, and I think that made the pressure points even worse than what they were before, and that was on Ranger Slayer. Got a little bit of an ab crunch there. You can move a little bit there. Once again, look at that. I mean, you're not going to get much movement from this. And in reality, are you going to be thinking about moving it in this sort of way? You know, this is a display piece, not an articulation piece. I mean, you do have a double there. You can see, yeah, that is a solid piece now. But there is still some movement in there. Very, very careful. Very careful, because the old ones, not that I don't really mind. They used to just, the boots just used to drop off every now and then. So that is articulation. So let's have a closer look at the weapons. Whoa, that's not something to do on camera, is it? Oh my goodness, my heart almost fell out of my chest. So there we go. That is a beautiful dagger. I absolutely love this. This is probably one of the best pieces for this figure. And don't get me wrong, threezero always produce fantastic weapons, always. Now, he does come with the Sword of Darkness. Now, I was trying to rattle my brains earlier if he actually used it in the comments. I know that he did sort of serve the dark side for a little bit, but I can't remember if he was given this or not. But regardless of that, it is still a wonderful, wonderful piece. Joyous piece. Gotta be careful. There is a bit of sharpness there, so just be careful how you're posing it. Just make sure you've got it how you want it. And that is absolutely stunning. So what I'm going to try and do, I'm going to change a couple of the hands off camera. Hopefully I don't damage anything. I really don't want to damage anything. And we can see a couple more poses before we go into the UV light. Okay, so I've got my UV light on, and you can just see how it lights up these strips, and on the head as well. So it even highlights these bits as well. You know, I was looking at this. I think, isn't that meant to be like weird or something? But hey, it's highlighting everything, which I think is great. Apologies, it does switch off. So I won't be doing this for too long. But as far as I'm concerned, I've achieved it. I mean, the closer you get, the more light it gets on him. Apologies, because this is very, very difficult. You know, the closer you get, the more light that shines up. And probably this nail one probably isn't the right one to use. However, apologies, I should have warned you that I was going to switch the light back on. I have achieved that piece of the review, showing you the UV part. In all honesty, it's a cool gimmick in design with that variant comic, but I do not, and I guess it's meant to represent the chaos part of him, but I don't think I ever saw this when I was looking at bear in mind, I mainly focus on reading when I'm got these comics in front of me. I do not remember him glowing in such a way that this edition is needed. However, I think it's great. Obviously, I've put the Dragon Dagger in his hand, so I've got a closed hand, I've got an open hand, and these connections on this figure are a lot better than I have probably ever experienced in terms of threezero. I did not worry at all. However, that being said, you're obviously putting weapons in poses. Once again, it comes with the territory. Be careful of the sharp bit at the end. And just be careful because the hands do still sometimes pop off every now and then. So do err with caution when doing this. So I'm going to change a couple more hands, and we can. I'm either going to try and do the calling the dragon sword. Or I'm going to have him hold in the sword of darkness. We will find out in a minute what I decide or how complicated it is. It's always sort of been common knowledge that I am terrible at posing any Green Ranger holding a flute, but I don't think this one in particular can be ever perfect. I mean, I'll probably watch some reviews, other people's reviews after this. I always do once I've got mine out of the way. But I think it has more to do with the arms, the shield, and getting the head into a position. I feel like you could maneuver it perhaps to make it look like that's happening, but that is pretty much it. So where I do, let me try some other hands. And here he is holding the beautiful and stunning Sword of Darkness. You know, with Green Ranger, you know, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, when I had that threezero figure, the Sword of Darkness was the most exciting part of it because it was so extremely well done. And, you know, bear in mind, I've been a Lightning collector for a long time, and I was always disappointed with what they did with that sword. It was mainly this bit wasn't long enough, but this is absolutely a fantastic piece and complements this figure completely, even if I can't remember whether he had use of it or not. It's nice that it's in there because they could have easily said we don't need to put that in there, but they did. So greatly appreciated. Some people will be for that. So in terms of this figure, I don't think I've got anything else to show you. There is I think a couple of relax hands. I'm not sure what that is truly about, but they are in there. But I've got to say that I'm generally impressed with what they've done with the hand pegs, because now they are in. I have no worry about changing the hands on here. Don't get me wrong, I'm always going to be a bit more cautious because this is potentially a very, very expensive figure. So, but overall, it's absolutely an improvement on what I've seen before. And it makes me very excited for the threezero Zeo Rangers that are going to be coming out hopefully very soon. Been looking forward to them since last year, so very excited to get those at some point and to be able to review them. To have something from Power Rangers, to be honest with you, it's been a very long time since I've had anything from Power Rangers, you know. And I miss collecting Power Rangers, if I'm being honest with you. I was looking through my Lightning collection the other day, and I was thinking, oh, do you know what? Even for all its faults and the things that I didn't necessarily like, they did a fantastic job in reality, and such a shame. I really do hope that we Playmates achieves that sort of level of release when it comes around. So anyway, in the meantime, very satisfied with this. Once again, thank you, Jason. Really appreciate it. You know, you made my Christmas day. I tell you, when I saw that message. Bear in mind, I don't usually go on Facebook on Christmas Day, but when I opened up, I was like, what? You made my day. So thank you so much. Anyway, hope you like my video. If you do, please do support my channel by subscribing. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video. Thank you to everybody that subscribed to my channel already. Make sure you look after yourself. Very important these days. And as always, embrace the geekiness. Take care. Goodbye.